Good morning, children. We start our fourth lesson. Okay. We start our fourth lesson. See here, we have learned. We have learned in 7th class reproduction in plants. Yes, we have learned this. We have learned the asexual and sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction which involves only the flower. Okay, in the flower we have the androecium and gynoecium. So the male part and the female part. Okay, by this two fusion only they form the fertilization. After fertilization they form into the embryo and then they form into the fruit. Yes. So like this only in the animals also we have the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. Asexual and the sexual. Have you have you remembered in 7th class in the plants the asexual and the sexual reproduction from the potato? It is a asexual reproduction. Other than the flower means like stem, whatever roots. Okay, and from the leaves. Yes, we have seen from the potato they have the eye. Yes, so this type of reproduction is known as the asexual reproduction. The same way we can see the sexual and asexual reproduction in the animals. So all the animals are giving birth to young ones or they are laying the eggs. Some are laying the eggs and some animals are giving birth to young ones. Yes or no? Yeah. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the reproduction in the animals. So do all the animals are laying the eggs? All the animals? No, they are not laying they are not laying the eggs. All the animals are not laying. Only some of the animals are laying the eggs and some of the animals are laying the some are giving birth to young ones. So how can you say, how can you say that which animal are giving birth to young ones? How can you recognize? Okay, we say we have many types of animals in our world. Or how can you say that which animal are giving birth to young ones? By seeing some of the features, okay, by seeing some of the features, we can say that this animal is going to giving birth to young ones. By seeing some of the features or we can say some characters. We can able to recognize which animals are giving birth to young ones and which one is which are laying the eggs. So what is meant by reproduction? Reproduction means the organism which give their own kind. Okay, which they produce their own kind is known as reproduction. Okay. See here, they have given some of the table here. They have to find out. So see here, which animal have the external ears? External ears means like this, which shows the ears outside. It is outside only, now we have the ears. Yes, it is external only. So which animal have the external ear? Deer have the external ear? Yes, they have the external ears. They have. Just tick it here. They have the external ears. Tick here. So where write the animals? Okay, where animals that have the external ears? Right here, deer. You write the deer here in this page. And the leopard have the external ear. They have the external ear only. They have the they have the ears outside. Have you seen the ears? Yeah. And the pig also have the external ear. And fish doesn't have the external ear. Have you seen the ears of the fish? No. So write in the other box. Okay, fish. In the other box you have to write. And buffalo, they have the external ear. They have the external ear. ఉంది కదా చెవి ఉంది కదా. Then giraffe, yeah, they also have the external ears. Frog, no, they don't have the external ear. Sparrow, they don't have the external ear. They have the external ear? No, they don't have. Lizard, no, they don't have the external ear. They don't have the external ears. Crow, no, no. Snake, no, they don't have the external ear. Elephant, yeah, they have the very big. Elephant have the external ear, and cat also has the external ear. Okay, deer, leopard, pig, buffalo, giraffe, elephant, and cat have the external ear. And the fish, frog, sparrow, lizard, crow, snake, it doesn't have the external ears. Okay, so write down in your test book. Now, see here, by seeing this, okay, they have given one more to recognize. They have the external ears as well as the epidermal hair. Some of the, okay, I have seen, they have some of the, okay, on the animals they have the hair on their bodies. Yes or no? They have the hair on their bodies. We have to find out this. See here, they have given some of the example to you. Cow, they have the, what they have named the, write the name of the okay, animals and presence of external ears. They have the external ears. Yes, they have the external ears. Yes. So presence of epidermal hair on the skin or feathers on their wings. They have the epidermal hair. They have the epidermal hair. Epidermal hair. Okay, they have this. They have the small hair on their bodies. And the rat. Rat also has the ears. And they also have the epidermal hair. Yeah, they also have the same thing. Now, crow. Crow has the, they don't have the ears. And what you have to write? You have to write, okay, so they have the wings. Presence of wings. Feathers on their wings. They have the feathers. Yes or no? They have the feathers on the wings? Yes, they have the feather on their wings. Now the pig. Yeah, pig. Yes, they have the external ears and they have the epidermal hair. Epidermal hair. Okay, continue. Okay, write this in your test book. Okay, and some of them only they have given. Rest of them you write in your classwork. Okay, this one write in your classwork. So some of the animals have the epidermal hair and also the external ears. So by seeing this, we can able to find which one gives the birth to young ones and okay, and which one lays the eggs. Okay. Understood this? Is epidermal hair seen in those animals whose ears are visible outside? Yes, most of them we can see. The external ears where we are able to see they have the epidermal hair also. Okay, they have the epidermal hair. Do animals have the epidermal hair give birth to the young ones or lay eggs? Okay, so those who have the epidermal hair, they are laying the eggs or giving the birth to young ones. They are asking the questions. Okay, yes. The animals which have the epidermal hair, they give birth to the young ones. Okay, and what is meant by viviparous and the oviparous? Viviparous and oviparous. Viviparous and the oviparous. Yeah, what is meant by viviparous and the oviparous? Okay, viviparous and oviparous. See here, the animals which lay eggs. The animals which lay eggs are known as oviparous, which lay the eggs. The animals or the organism which lay eggs are known as oviparous, which lay eggs are known as oviparous. Okay, but they doesn't have the epidermal hair and the external ear. By seeing this, why we have done this? To know which animal have the external ear and the epidermal hair. They have the hair on their body. Yes, have you seen the hair on the cow? Yes, light hair will be present on the cow buffaloes. By seeing this, we can able to say which animal are laying eggs and which animal are giving birth. Okay, like this, which give birth to young ones. Okay. The animals that lay eggs do not have the epidermal hair or the external ear. Such type of animals are known as oviparous, or the animals which lay eggs are also known as oviparous. Oviparous. Okay, viviparous means which the animals which give birth to their young ones or the offspring are known as viviparous. Okay, which have the external ear and also the epidermal hair. Okay, they have the epidermal hair. They have the external ears. They have the external ears and also as well as the epidermal hair. So we are also viviparous. The human beings also viviparous. They have the external ear and they have the hair. So by saying this, we can say we are giving birth to young ones. So we have that. Okay, why we require the reproduction? Why? What is the? It is very okay. It is important. Is it important reproduction? Yes, it is essential part in. Okay, it is an essential process in the human life or the animals to continue their generation. Okay, to continue their. So if there is no reproduction, what happen? Our family will stop here and then there is no, okay, we can't continue our next generation. Okay, okay, see here, your parents, okay, your parents, it's your parents. And next to your parents, you have the children. Okay, you are the children. Then to continue, then again you become the parents, again you have the children. Like this, to continue our generation, reproduction is very important. Reproduction is very important to continue our generation. What is human reproduction? I have said this. The organism which produce their own kind is known as reproduction. So reproduction is very important in the living organism to continue their species. If tiger is there, if there is no reproduction, then it stops here itself and there is again we can't able to see the tiger. Okay, if they produce only, they give birth to young ones only, then only the tiger population will be increased and there will be continuation. If there is no reproduction, means we can't able to see the animal. It will be extinct. Okay, it will be extinct. So reproduction is very necessary in the living organism to continue their species. Means if we are human beings, to continue our species, reproduction is very important. A group. Okay. So we have the two types of reproduction. Asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. We have the what two types we have? Asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. We have learned in the 7th class about the plants. Yes or no? Yeah, we have learned in the 7th class about the plants. Reproduction in the plants. Now in the 8th class we are going to learn about the reproduction in animals. So what is asexual reproduction? Asexual means other than the flower. Okay, there is no fusion of gametes. There is no fusion of gametes, and only the single parent is involved. Only single parent is involved in the reproduction. Okay, so such reproduction is known as asexual reproduction. There is no formation of gametes or the male, like we said in the plants, androecium and gynoecium. There is no formation of this. Okay, there is no formation of male gametes and the female gametes. Okay, male gametes won't be formed. That is, cells won't be formed, and the female cells won't be formed. So the male cells, the male have the male cells, and the female have the female cells. Okay, so the male cells have the male. Okay, males have the male cells, and the female have the female cells. See, we see the, okay, so in the asexual only we have the budding in the animals. Okay, in the asexual there is no formation of gametes. There is no formation of gametes. No formation of gametes. Okay, there is no formation of gametes in the asexual. There is no formation. Okay, then there is no fusion of gametes. If there is no formation, means there is no fusion. Okay, only single parent is involved. Only the single parent is involved. So there is in asexual there is no formation of gametes. The male or the female cells won't be formed, and there is no gametes. If there is no gametes means cells. Okay, if there is no cells, then six cells, there is no fusion. Only the single parent is involved. Only single parent is involved. So what are the animals which is included in the asexual? Bacteria. That is, okay, we can say the amoeba. Amoeba have the only one cells. Yes, only one cell organism it is. Paramecium. We can see this type of reproduction in the amoeba. Asexual reproduction in the amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena. Okay, Hydra. So these are Hydra. These are the asexual reproduction. Okay. So we see in the Hydra how the budding take place. Budding. The asexual only how the budding take place in the Hydra. It is a water animal. It is a water organism, microorganism. We can't able to see with our naked eyes. See here, Hydra. Okay, Hydra here. So it is the Hydra. We can see, okay, whenever you have the science fair, in some of the schools they show the slides of this. It is the Hydra. Okay, it is the Hydra. It is a parent plant. Okay, it is a parent. Here, it is a Hydra. Okay, it is a microscopic. It is a microscopic organism. We can't able to see with our eyes. Okay, we can't able to see with our naked eyes. So we have to observe under the microscope only. See here, see, it is a Hydra. I am drawing the stages here. Small bulb we can see at the It's not a plant, it is an organism. See, Hydra is a microscopic organism. Yes, it is. We can't able to see with our naked eyes. We can see this Hydra with the help of the microscope. Okay, how they are reproducing? They are reproducing by asexual method. It is a microscopic organism, that is, we can't able to see with our naked eyes. With the help of the microscope only we are able to see the Hydra. It will reproduce. How it will reproduce? By the asexual method. It will reproduce by asexual method. You can see the bulges. You can see the bulges. Bulges means a protrusion. You can see here. Some protrusion we are able to see here. Okay, swollen. Okay, so it is the one. Okay, so in each Hydra we can see sometimes they can have the two or swollen, one or two or three. They have one or two bulges on their bodies. Okay, and these bulges. So where we can see the swollen part or the bulges, where it bulges is known as a bud. Okay, it is called as a bud. The bulge part or the swollen part is known as the bud. B-U-D, bud. Okay, we call it as bud. And so in this budding, it will develop from the parent plant only. It will develop from the parent animal, that is Hydra. It will develop from the parent only. The individual develop from the bud. So these buds slowly they grow into the size. They grow into the size. Okay. So they develop into the from the bud only they will develop into the individuals. That is, one more Hydra will be grow from this individual. See here. This type of asexual reproduction is called budding. So from the parent plant, from the parent organism only, some bulges will appear on the parent, and then this bulges or the swollen part on the organism is known as the bud. The bud, so this bud will grow. They grow day by day, and they form after this they form somewhat bigger. It will form again after this they, I'm drawing roughly again this, what happened? It grows somewhat bigger. It grows somewhat bigger. Again it grows somewhat, and this again grow into the parent. Like this they will grow, and when they become adult, when they become mature, then they will cut off from their parent and they lead an individual life. Again this will lead an individual life. This type of they develop into the Hydra, and it is a parent. From the parent we are getting the daughter Hydra. Okay, we are getting the daughter Hydra. This daughter Hydra will lead. So when they become mature or adult, when they grow bigger, they cut off from their parent and they lead an independent life. Okay, again this Hydra, again the same method will be. So this method is known as budding. This method is known as budding. What we call it is budding. Okay. So there is a formation of zygote here? No, there is no formation of zygote. Why I said this? There is no formation of zygote. There is no formation of gametes. That is, there is no male cells and the female cells are not present in the asexual reproduction. That is why there is no formation of zygote. Similarly, we can see in the amoeba also. We can see this, okay, not this process. Asexual process we can observe in the amoeba. In the amoeba. We can see this in the amoeba process also. Okay, amoeba, okay, we know about the amoeba. Yes, it is a unicellular cell. It is a, okay, they perform all its function like growth, reproduction, everything. Okay, they by using one cell only they are able to move, they take the food, they respire, okay, respiration take place, everything. So in the amoeba also, you know that it is a unicellular organism. They have the single cell. Amoeba have the single cell, amoeba. And they have the, so amoeba doesn't have the definite shape. Yes, they have the definite shape. No, they doesn't have the definite shape. It is a nucleus. It is a nucleus. Okay, and they have the cytoplasm. The liquid-like structure. Okay, the liquid-like structure is present in the amoeba. Okay, it is. So it is amoeba and it is the nucleus. Okay, it is the genetic material. It is a genetic material is say it is a nucleus. So this, what else? Okay, it is the amoeba. So now in this we see the binary fission. Binary fission. Okay, in binary fission what happens? Okay, observe carefully. It is the parent amoeba. It is a parent amoeba. Parent amoeba. Okay, it is a parent amoeba. So in the binary fission, what happens? The parent amoeba, first the nucleus, it is a nucleus. I said what is it is? It is a nucleus. It is a nucleus and it, okay, what the liquid part which is present in the cell, in the amoeba, it is a cytoplasm and they have many types of cells in their bodies. Okay. So this nucleus, what happens? This nucleus starts dividing. That is, this starts dividing into two. The nucleus starts dividing into two, like this. It starts divide होते. Okay. The constriction forms. Here they forms a small constrictions like this. The nucleus okay round है ना. जब क्या होता है ये थोड़ा constrict, थोड़ा बीच में आ जाता है ऐसा. Okay. And so what happened? Considering is nucleus also, it is the nucleus become the mature first. Okay, it will become the fully growth. Okay, the nucleus is fully grown. The nucleus is fully grown. When it fully grown, what happens? Then they start dividing the nucleus. They start dividing the nucleus. Okay, if what happened in the nucleus? If पहले पूरा होने के बाद, full nucleus form होने के बाद, okay, the nucleus starts dividing. ये दो divide हो जाते हैं. So slowly it becomes the division. So division हो जाते हैं. Then after division it becomes the serum. So first they causes the division or they divide into two. The nucleus have, okay, slowly they divide into two. It is formed inside the amoeba only. So now in the amoeba the nucleus have formed into two. The nuclei. Now we call it as nuclei. So after the complete division of the nucleus, the body of amoeba divides into two. So when the nucleus divides into two, then the body of this one will be again they also divide. They also divide. The body of the amoeba also it will divide into two. So in each amoeba, in each daughter amoeba, we can see the nucleus. So the nucleus will divide, and after the division of the nucleus, and the body of the amoeba also divides. Okay, they divide into two. They divide into two, and when they divide after that, again they after dividing. So here constitution is formed. Okay, some division is formed. So after that, the new amoeba will be formed here. Two amoeba will be formed. Two amoeba will be formed. They have the, so where is the parent? We can't able to see the parent again. But in the hydra, the parent will be there, and the two and the daughter hydra will be present. But in the amoeba, we can see the parent amoeba is vanish or disappear. It will disappear. So it will causes into two. The parent will be disappear here in the binary fission. But in the budding, we can able to see the, what we are able to see, the parent will be present and the daughter hydra will be present. But in the amoeba, the parent will be vanish, and they form into two daughter amoeba. They form into two daughter amoeba. Understood this? So the parent, it is not present, they vanish. They vanish into the, so from the parent only it is forming into two daughter cells. This type of asexual reproduction we can see only in this type of asexual reproduction in which an animal produced by dividing into two individuals. So from this parent they are producing into two individuals. They are producing into two individuals ना, दो हो गए, one amoeba and the two daughter amoeba. Two daughter amoebas are formed. So they divide into two individuals. This is known as the binary fission. This is known as the binary fission. Understood this? First क्या होता? पहले parent cell. Okay, it is the parent cell. So in the parent cell we have the nucleus. This nucleus start dividing. So it become fully grown. Okay, it is fully developed. After developing the nucleus, it will start dividing the nucleus. Okay, start dividing the nucleus. See here. So did you understood this? And tomorrow I am going to explain about the plants. Okay, asexual reproduction or sexual reproduction in the plants. Tomorrow I will explain you. Thank you.